6 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Alrighty. So here we are. It is session 75 of Forbidden Lands.
I have background music again. The hell? Oh, sorry.
Should be able to turn
You
it
gotta
off.
turn down the playlists and the ambient.
So last time you guys escorted the dwarves back home to their now dragon-free abode. They let you know it was going to take them. It was going to take them a little bit of time to get the forge like up and running and cleared out and up to proper temperature and all of that sort of stuff. But they are more than happy to do so for you. The dwarven smith is going to work on fixing Rustbite in the meantime. She seems confident that she can do it. She's like, it's a bit of a challenge, but you know, what's life without a challenge? And you guys decided, okay, well, we're gonna have to go and get the star medal anyway. So you're making your way back to your village, back to Eldham. Debating which way to go, which way would be the safest or safer, and you decided to strike out across parts unknown, because there's a large part of the map that is largely unexplored. First day or two was fine, but as you started to make your way into previously unexplored areas, you came across this this tree that was kind of like with a skeleton in very torn, threadbare robes kind of dangling from the tree, its head bent forward, a thick iron chain attached to one of the branches, wrapped like a noose around its neck. You searched it, and you found a kind of a combination of diary and grimoire with some necromancy spells. And apparently notes that he had made about trying to track down these things called the Phantom Daggers. And one of his last entries was that he thought that he would ask around in Hythe to see if they had any information, because he believed that them to be somewhere in the vicinity, somewhere on the to the north of Hythe. And he apparently did not know Hythe's reputation. But as Trustius was trying to speak with the dead to him to maybe gain some more information, a ghostly figure rose from the corpse. I think that's where we left off.
Yep.
So Trustius was trying to speak with that. It didn't work. So slightly too late, Trustius is like, oh yeah, it doesn't work on undead. But you had no way to know it was undead until the ghostly figure materializes.
I mean, that's how you test.
That's a pretty good undead test. But this ghostly figure kind of materializes. It doesn't say anything, but it does point to the corpse, and specifically points to the chain wrapped around its neck.
Caldy looks up at it and rubs his thumb across his two fingers like what's it pay?
Desi looks at the ghostly figure, looks at Trustius, looks at the figure, looks at Trustius. This is not my realm.
Oh.
I attack things with bodies. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I believe it's a ghost.
Well, I mean,
Ghost.
sure.
Spectre, perhaps.
They're all different things, aren't they?
They look very much the same.
And none of them have bodies.
Well, technically, its body's right there. Wrapped in a chain. We should probably let it go.
You don't want to check and see if it's, I don't know, aligned with the thing we're trying to destroy first?
let it go for free? Like, without compensation?
Yeah, for free, kind of like we do any other slave.
That's not a slave. It's a corpse.
It might have been. I mean,
I don't see us rescuing those people plowing the fields back there.
My expectation is if we don't free it, it will attempt to consume us.
Well, that's an entirely different matter.
And then Okatai will have to destroy.
Why? Not the destroying part, but why the consuming part?
Undead are typically angry. And they don't get
I
to-
would be too if I was left chained to a tree like that and stuck.
But if we let it free, will it consume us with its friend?
friend.
The body.
The body. Yeah.
I believe those are the same things.
Okay, I'm just saying right now it's one of them. Don't want it to be two of them, right? I don't know. This is not my realm. Trestius, I bow to your greater knowledge in this situation.
Well, we only found one skeleton, right?
Hmm?
We only found one skeleton, right?
Yep, there's just the one skeleton kind of hanging from the tree.
Think so.
Thought I missed something. So I thought somebody's worried about another one or something.
No, just that one.
I'm going to take a few steps back and hide behind Desi.
As one does.
Oh,
This one does. Rather with ghosts.
I'm behind the wrong person, buddy.
And I'll hide behind Caldy.
You might be the only other one that can.
Exactly. That's why I'm doing.
Okatai, can you think of any reason not to free this thing?
If you're talking, you're muted, Yorick.
You might be having trouble because he's on his piecemeal setup for the first half of the game.
No objection from Okatai then. I'll see what I can do.
I don't see any typing, so we should be okay.
So Trestius will look up at the ghost and simply ask you wish to be freed from the tree, to remove the chains.
It just kind of like holds out like its ghostly hand pointing at the chains.
All right. I'll free you, but I want you to know something first. Okatai, my wolfkin friend, is a very powerful druid. And if you try to harm us, he'll obliterate you. And the second
Yeah.
thing is, if he does that, I will stick you back in the skeleton and chain you back to the tree. So you won't be further ahead.
Oh, apparently Yorick is having feedback when he tries to talk.
I'm sure he's typing how much he agrees with everything I said.
It doesn't acknowledge anything that Trestius said.
Well, Trestius has zero empathy, so he can't lie. He means what he says. And he'll go see if he can take a look at these chains. I'll give him a good inspection before I touch them.
They seem to be fairly sturdy. I mean, there's like a little bit of rust on them, like just kind of surface rust though. They haven't been here all that long. But yeah, they definitely seem to be like good, sturdy, secure chains.
Can they be looped off? Or... Sorry, is it?
Maybe. The biggest question is whether you can like remove them without like taking off the skeleton's head. Assuming that's a concern.
Anybody go with sleight of hand? Maybe they could do a pick a lock thing.
Well, I can try. Okatai, I believe, has luck.
Or just a high agility even.
Yeah, both. I just need the lockpicks.
First, does the ghost appear to look like a specific race?
Human. A human male, fairly advanced in years.
I have lockpicks.
Well, you can give me a sleight of hand roll then.
No, I was going to give the lockpicks to somebody who can actually use them. I have lockpicks as long as I spend a willpower. And I have 7 willpower.
I'll take a set of lockpicks.
All right, I've just handed you lockpicks. Reach in my bag, fumble around here. I had a spare.
Never mind, I had lockpicks. Or Chris just put them on.
No, you already had them.
I will take my willpower back, please.
All right.
Ooh.
So yeah, you get to work. The ghost doesn't interfere with you at all while you're doing this. It just kind of stands silently. But once you start to work on the lock, it stops pointing and just kind of like hovers there, like motionlessly. It takes you, a couple of minutes to get this like rusty like padlock type of thing open. But when you do, and the chains kind of like fall from the skeleton's neck, the ghost starts to fade out. But just before it does, it points to basically the pocket where you had found the diary. Basically like an acknowledgement of like, I will give you that as thanks for freeing me.
Kind of nod at him. Let him go to wherever he's going, which is probably worse than here.
And it just fades from sight.
I could have been worse.
Worse than here? That's just depressing.
Yep. Just as a reminder as to what the phantom daggers are. It's said that at some point there were like these assassins sent to assassinate various like elvish and dwarvish leaders. But the elves ensnared the assassins, killed them, and bound their souls into 3 daggers. So there's actually 3 of these daggers out in the world someplace. According to legend, if you place the handle of a dagger against the palm of your hand and then press the index finger of the other hand until blood is drawn, the dagger sinks into the palm of the hand. And then with a flick of your wrist, it basically comes back into your hand again. It's essentially undetectable until it's brought.
I mean, that would be great to get. And the journal, I think, had some clues where it might be.
He thought it was north of Hythe, and he was going to stop in Hythe to see if he could dig up more information.
Well, we could do half of that.
I mean, I'm kind of curious what's going on in Hythe. Ever since we sent the other necromancer there.
It's probably in a cage.
I mean, maybe. Maybe not. Or we could try to find Pernty. The town we've been dancing around and still haven't managed to actually go into. That's
I
up
didn't
here
have.
somewhere.
I didn't have a good enough time at Heist to want to go back.
Yeah, it was kind of a sucky place. But if they're all slaughtered, I'd kind of like to see it for myself. You know, just to make sure.
And there's likely to be some very good teachers for you, Colton. For your budding magic.
I think I've already mastered it. I wouldn't worry about it.
I don't believe that's true.
That one.
Okatai says he's not against checking out Hythe from a distance.
Yes. Let me see if I get if I have a spyglass in my abilities.
That'd be nice.
Well, we were looking for a town, so we can look for both the town and the potential location of this dagger.
If you don't have a spyglass, Okatai does. Because you gave it to him.
Oh, good, because that probably cost me 3 willpower.
It's frustrating searching through that giant bag. Very draining. Well, we might as well continue on the way then.
All right.
Hi ho, hi ho.
Which direction would you like to go?
So the town we were looking for is kind of here-ish, right? You think?
You just know that
Ish.
there's a town to the east.
Well, if we went southeast, we're north of Heist, and we're still moving east, so that's the same direction of two things. Maybe.
Sorry, so which direction did you want to go?
You say east, Tony?
I was thinking southeast. Yeah.
We're right here, right? Where are we right now? Where are we here?
Yeah.
So kind of, you want to go southeast.
So we go
Mhm.
to this hex here, then maybe we can get a clue for the dagger. Maybe we can see the town in the distance. You know, kind of both at once.
All right, that works. We've never been there.
All right. So I'll need somebody to lead the way. That's normally Okatai.
And I will be doing the scouting.
Yay, someone who knows how.
Oh yeah, last session was rough.
Was it bad?
Oh my god, it was so rough.
Just checking to make sure I'm all rested yet. Okay, I'm good. Still have 6 cents for ambushes. I didn't click that link though.
No worries. All right. Okay. All right. So as you guys make your way through the late afternoon, deeper into the woods, at first, there's a couple little biting and stinging insects here and there. And Okatai's starting to get like increasingly frustrated because I pushed the roll and failed, and took damage to wits. And so he's just like pushing on, like trying to get away from these damn mosquitoes, and his head's not in the game, and he leads you like through kind of a mucky, swampy area where you're just assailed by mosquitoes. And on the 4 dice of attack from the mosquitoes, I roll 6, 1, 6, 6. So everybody takes 3 points of damage to empathy.
What?
How much to empathy?
3.
Is there anything we can do to reduce that?
No.
Because does not leave me the only one standing.
Well,
Yes,
I got
'cause I only
6.
had 3 empathy.
I have 6
Oh.
in total, so I'm at half.
I am just apparently distracted entirely by angrily slapping at myself, much like me in the summer.
Yeah.
Because my
I did-
god, mosquitoes and I do not get along.
I didn't know you could have 6 of something.
You
As
can't.
Risen and I are taking care of the party today.
Yeah, because everybody else is just like completely pissed off by these mosquitoes to the point where they're like, "Fuck it," and they just like drop their packs and is staying put right here, right fucking now.
Yorick says that triggers his frenzy.
Oh no.
It triggers me making a lore check to know that we should make a big smoky fire near us and light torches in the various distance around us so the mosquitoes go over by the torches instead by us.
Perfect. So Okatai is just like snaps and starts like clawing at and snapping at the mosquitoes, waving his spear around. Doesn't seem to do much to disperse the mosquitoes, but it perhaps makes him feel ever so slightly better.
Can I make a survival check to set this mosquito repellent setup?
Yeah, well, no.
Or lore, whichever you want.
So now here's the fun thing. Anybody who is broken, which currently is everybody other than Ryzen and Caldy, can't make any dice rolls.
Oh god.
That's good. Then York's not going to kill me.
So
I mean, how does that interact with Berserker? Do I have to use Berserker?
you can snap. You immediately attack the nearest opponent in combat. Keep fighting until you're broken again, or until all opponents on the site have been broken. But there are no enemies.
Okay.
So it is up to Ryzen and Caldy to set up camp and keep watch.
Okay, I'm going to. I would like to set up the mosquito thing first.
That's part of making camp.
Okay, well, what's a making camp? Is that survival?
Making camp is survival, and keeping a watch is scouting.
All right. I got 7 for keeping watch and 6 for survival. And I think Mark said he was AFK for a second.
Okay. Oh, I can check Ryzen.
I think the survival is more important.
Ryzen has only 3 dice for scouting currently, but 4 dice for survival.
Okay, since I've got 6 for survival, I'm gonna do that. And if somebody attacks us, well, they're welcome to the mosquitoes too.
If someone attacks us, I'll have someone to lash out at.
Is that good enough, Chris? One success?
Yep, you just need 1. Right. I don't know if Mark's back yet or not.
I am trained in healing, so maybe I can also work on like packing some, making some mud or something to cool some of these mosquito bites.
All right.
It would be greatly appreciated.
The trouble is, my healing is of 1, and my empathy right now is of 1. So, hey, Mark,
Hey, I can do some healing or try to do some healing.
I think we need you to do a scouting.
Actually, I rolled for you because I didn't know if you're away, but if you want to roll the scouting, feel free. But where everybody is broken by empathy, you can actually repair that with performance.
Okay. So what do I do first?
You can do it in whichever order you like.
So scouting?
Yep.
Okay, I'll do scouting first. I'm not going to push because I've got some wits damage already.
Okay.
I forget, doesn't one of my talents heal empathy or no? That just does. Okay.
Your talent does if you want to spend willpower, but where people are actually like broken, you can just make a performance roll to kind of like inspire them with a song or a poem or.
Okay. Dirty limericks time. Do I want to risk pushing it? I got 3 points. All right, I'm going to take a chance. Could be all on you, Caldy.
Yay!
All right. So yes.
Yeah.
So you can basically give a point of wits or empathy to the person of your choice. I'll say actually where you guys are like at camp and everybody's kind of in a really foul mood. That one roll can apply to like everybody.
Oh, kind of like that talent I have where I can give 1 of something back. Cool.
Yeah. Basically, it's the difference between spending willpower to guarantee it or rolling the dice to take the risk. How does Ryzen raise people's spirits?
I will. Hold on a second. Last game, I did a singing thing with a giant, right?
You did.
I'm going to redo that, only I'm going to do it in a more epic, longer form.
Very Oh, ChatGPT is fun for limericks. In a tavern, a rogue with a quirk rolled dice in a game also berserk. With a flick of their wrist, he stole all that's amiss, leaving foes in the dark feeling irked.
God.
ChatGPT is great for like little filler things for a game. All right. So Ryzen, you see like everybody's just in like the worst like foulest mood you've ever seen them in after stumbling through this apparently like United Nations meeting of mosquitoes, who all decided to help themselves to the blood on display from your group. And you start thinking back to that song with the giant, and probably one of the kind of like one of the truest performances you've given. There was no airs, no attempt to no attempts to be funny or crude or anything. Just like something like totally from the heart. You just kind of like absently start kind of singing it under your breath at first probably, and then you can see the party starting to like hear it and nod along to it, and eventually kind of becomes this like longer epic tale, and everybody gets back a point of empathy.
Do I heal my own as well?
Only if you're broken.
So I wasn't broken. Do I get healed?
No, it's specifically it's if people are at 0, it gives
Okay.
them back.
Perfect.
But by the time darkness starts to roll around, everybody is feeling slightly better. Camp has been established. Nothing came upon you in the evening while you set up camp. Which brings us to nighttime, and by the time you guys have been aware, you just you're not in the mood to do anything. But surprisingly, Culdy and Ryzen have got the camp set up. They got a little fire going. They got some green branches to throw on to drive the mosquitoes away. By the time you snap out of your various funks, it's as pleasant as any other night.
If it's nighttime, I guess I'm standing guard.
Probably. It's gonna fuck your sleep schedule because you couldn't sleep when you normally do.
That's all right. We're gonna blame it on the mosquitoes and leave in early afternoon.
So what would folks like to do during the night?
I will be scouting. I imagine everybody else wants to get some of their empathy back.
I'm going to sleep angrily.
I've also
I got-
been married.
I got healed 1 point of empathy, meaning I got all my empathy.
That's great.
Prestius is as happy as he ever gets.
How can we tell?
We're just thrilled for you.
He's going to sleep.
Okay. I imagine Okatai will probably sleep as well. What about Ryzen? Is he going to sleep too?
Oh yeah.
Okay, perfect. So I will get a scouting roll from Culdy. Culdy can actually see in the dark, so that's good.
Am I coming home with another Minotaur?
I don't know. Things tend to happen to you when you're on watch. All right. The night passes uneventfully. Everybody gets up in the morning. Everybody except for Culdy can hit their rest button.
My kind of night.
Ooh, it is a downpour in the morning.
Well, I'm going to take my turn in the tent. Doesn't sound like we want to go anywhere anyway.
Everybody can roll for their food and water.
Let me know if anybody's short of food or water, because I'm at D12 for both.
Yeah, we all should because we loaded up after we
Yep.
just before we left the dwarves.
Yeah. All right. So you guys get up in the morning, feeling rested. Culdy is still alive. Nothing has, and nobody new has joined your camp. But you wake up because of the sound of the rain on your tents. It is loud. It is like a summer downpour. It's one of those things where like you have a hard time hearing yourself think. So what would folks like to do in the morning?
I'm sleeping. Because I'm barely standing.
I'm just waiting for Cully to sleep. Looking around.
Doesn't look like travel weather.
No, not really. It looks like shit weather. It looks like hopefully the weather will be better when you wake up.
Anybody doing anything in the morning, or everybody's just kind of huddling in the tent?
Hokatai, do we have fancy wood? I think we do. Any kind of weird, wonderful wood I can make a bow of.
York, Tony, Trustius is wondering whether there's any fancy wood or not.
Is that something you really want to craft? Because I think I could give you one, couldn't I?
I mean, normal wood is easy. I'm wondering if we have any petrified wood or weird and wonderful wood. I know we have some leather.
Oh, you do have some calcinated wood.
So you want a fancy bow?
Yeah, everybody's got fancy weapons, but Trustius. But I called
You
it.
have magic.
Goldy has a dagger and a sling. He gets by in his personality.
Oh, let me check something real quick. I could start making Caldy a sling.
You could.
Yeah, I'll start doing that. Out of something, whatever fancy stuff we got.
All right. What level of boyer do you have?
3.
Oh, nice. So you can take a long time if you want to make a sling.
Yeah, it's only a quarter day, and I think it's what 4 times.
Yeah, it would take you a full day if you want to take the big penalty.
Yeah, I'll just do it in get 1 quarter day out of it.
Okay. So you start to work on this as you're like just sitting in the tent waiting for the rain to end. Caldy's busy sawing logs. What are Desi and Ryzen up to? Okatai is working on his grimoire.
I think I'm just going to practice my singing and my epic long form.
All right.
I apparently will be serenaded and critique. No, that didn't rhyme at all. Was it supposed to rhyme?
Doesn't always have to rhyme.
Okay, because it didn't. do like the whole thing about like the sword flashing like lightning though. That was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of cool. I never thought I would do stuff that didn't involve, fart jokes and stuff. But hey, look, is this character growth? What the fuck?
I mean, it was bound to happen eventually. I don't punch everybody in the face the first time I talk to them anymore. So, you know.
Yeah, well, tell me a few months ago that I'd be charging headlong into a fight, and I'd have been like, "You're drunk."
Yeah, it's been weird. Like, I know everybody that was sent here, it was supposed to be some big, horrible punishment, but I've kind of felt better here than I have anywhere else.
I don't know if
Which
it's
might.
sad or not, but this is almost kind of feeling like a home now. I'm not used to that.
Yeah, right? It's weird. I was talking to Okatai a while ago about what we do once we got rid of, yeah, the fuckhead in charge. I was like, do I actually want to go back to the continent? No. No, I don't think I do.
I'm not so sure I do either. All I got there is a bunch of people who are mad at me because of my joke telling.
I've just got a bunch of people mad at me. I think I'd rather stay here.
Well, once we kick Yakuza's ass, maybe this place will be livable for the long term.
It is unlikely that most of us will, or any of us will survive.
Jesus. I forgot you were even awake. Shit. Fuck.
Well, thanks for ruining that soft tender moment.
You scared the shit out of me.
Did we just hear
Oh.
that from like a pile of blankets or something?
This hunched over shadowy figure that we thought was just a, pile of everyone's packs.
Just
Dressed
crafting in the
hunched over a
corner.
book.
Creepy elves being creepy.
Should we put a bell on him, you think? Like just a reminder that he's conscious?
Yeah, that could work.
Crap. See, like a couple of years ago, I just slit his throat for that.
You'd have done that a few months ago, I think.
Maybe.
Are you upset that I pointed out our odds or that I interrupted your conversation?
Yes,
Not really.
we were having a tender
honestly-
moment there. Tender, I say.
Yeah, tender is that last thing you cooked. Whatever it was supposed to
I think
be.
the last thing I made was jerky. So hey,
That sounds about right. No, I honestly didn't even catch whatever it was you said, Trustius, because I forgot you were there. Yeah, I'm not used to getting startled. Although, it's kind of weird that I'm comfortable enough to forget you're there. I don't think I like rainy days. They make me think too much.
because you're a doer, not a thinker, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
No, this tent's not big enough for us to spar, unless wrestling's your thing. But I haven't really learned wrestling.
I mean, I can throw down, but I like my odds better when I've got a blade in my hand.
Yep.
And I don't feel like getting wet.
But as the morning goes on, the heavy rain does give way to more or less a light drizzle. Caldy, you can hit your rest button.
Thank you.
Do we want to wait and see if it dies down some more, or do we want to? Is the rain keeping the bugs off?
Yes.
Yeah, let's keep going then.
That's the only thing that's better.
Hey, Chris, is there any kind of equivalent to like a weather predicting meteorology skill or talent?
I think there's a spell.
I don't want to see Trustius set himself on fire accidentally trying to predict the weather.
He would find a way to cast it poorly.
Is it wrong that I kind of want to spend 9 points to learn the first 2 levels of Brawler so I can headbutt people in the groin as a fast action?
No,
Not even.
no. That's
That-
like the only good thing about being short.
Because I do have
I mean-
9 XP.
We could even practice that, because I've only got Brawler 1.
Hey, Trustius, stand right there. What? Boom!
You sure he's the guy you want to do that?
No, but, I haven't gotten this far by being smart all the time. Where else? Why would I be on this island? I am actually half tempted to do that.
You absolutely should.
All right, Chris. I want to spend the quarter day. If we're still going to be here, I want to practice to buy Brawler 1.
All right. Well, are you guys staying here for the afternoon, or are you moving out in the rain?
I think we're moving out in the rain.
All right, we'll do that. I'll do that.
Yeah. But I will
Let's keep
say,
it-
I mean, Desi has Brawler, so you guys could have, like, during your time, Desi could have been giving you some pointers. Because it takes she has to give up a shift to teach, and you have to give up a shift to learn, so you guys could have done that while you were having a conversation.
There you go.
That works.
Yor can pacify rain too, he says.
Without lighting himself on fire.
Well, it's magic.
Maybe.
To be fair, he's never lit himself up.
Now you've
Trustius?
jinxed it.
Yeah.
Mostly because he doesn't have any fire spells.
Oh, that's right. You made the ring that lets you cast Weather Mastery. So you guys can head out if you like. Which direction are you heading now?
Same direction, I think.
Closer to Hythe?
Yeah, southeast. I think.
Right. Everybody is rested. Okatai can lead the way.
And I will scout.
The
You
rain.
wanted Brawler 1?
Brawler 1.
Can you move that to my sheet? Because I have trouble moving talents from the one thing to the other.
Holy crap.
Yep.
I'm like identifying every kind of animals from the scat that we pass.
Would you please stop pointing at shit? It's weird.
That one belongs to a bear. Yes, we know.
I didn't even know this kind of squirrel was indigenous to this island.
Like, I realize that your eyes and your head and everything are closer to the ground, but
Nose too.
yeah. Do you want me to carry you for a while? Like, with
No.
that? Okay.
That would be just be undignified. We'll save that for lava pits and and whitewater.
Alright, you enjoy your shit tour.
So yeah, so you guys continue to make your way kind of south. You know that you're fairly close to Hythe. You're still probably about 10 miles from it, so you're not going to be able to get eyes on it through the forest. But you know you're fairly close. Okutai is confident that he has not led you astray.
All right.
And Caldi, you're keeping your eye open, especially this close to Hythe. You know that there are potential problems. And sure enough, probably about an hour or so, like probably around 2 o'clock in the afternoon or so, you, as you're scouting ahead, probably 100 feet ahead of the party or so, just enough so that if you spot something, you can let them know. And you see a small group of probably 3 tents, about half a dozen men, kind of like huddling around a small fire. They put like a tarp over the fire to kind of keep it going. You can smell the wood smoke. They're definitely cooking something. All of them. What are they wearing?
So you said about a dozen men?
About a half dozen or so. All wearing chainmail. You can see kind of propped up. There are some like shields and crossbows. Like they don't have like their crossbows on them. Swords are on their hip though. And it looks like they're basically just huddling around this small fire.
Well, I'll let everybody know about that, and maybe Okutai can take a closer look with the spyglass.
Yeah, looks like it's about a half a dozen people or so. Just camping, sitting around the fire, waiting for the rain to end.
You see any markings like a banner or a symbol or anything to suggest who they could be?
You do not see any sort of symbol or anything.
Is that unusual for height?
The you guys weren't in Hythe long enough to know, and the witch finders that you fought didn't have any sort of symbology.
Well, it's time to break up the holy hand grenade.
Do we want to potentially sneak in and see if what they're discussing?
That sounds like something Caldy could do. I'm not speaking about
What
anybody.
is? How is that me? I've got a stealth of 3, counting my agility.
Have you seen and heard the armor I wear? I mean, I'm agile enough in a fight, but I am not sneaky.
I'll go take a look. Unless anyone's got more than 6 days.
Of stealth? No.
So yeah, well, I'll see if Trestius can sneak up and just try to eavesdrop a little.
Yes.
All right. One sec here.
Is it any better now?
Hey,
Oh, sounds like you're hearing me
Yes.
now.
Yes.
Amazing. And no more on the shitty system. You should
Woohoo!
hear me right.
Yeah, we hear you good.
Good.
All right. So Trustius can give me a sneak roll.
bro.
So yeah, you start to like edge your way closer to this this camp. And yeah, there's about a half dozen or so. You don't see any signs of any more like in the tents or any. And the folks are basically like they're kind of idly like poking at the fire with sticks. Some of them have got like various like looks like maybe they caught a rabbit or something. They've got on a stick over the fire. How close to them are you getting?
So I'm hoping to get close enough to hear them talk. So I don't know if that's far or medium or near or what that is, but
To hear them, you would have to be at short range.
okay.
Your stealth roll is good enough to get to short.
Okay.
But yeah, as you get closer, talking about like, how much longer is this patrol going to be? It's like I don't know. Necromancer's got to be around here someplace. Nobody's found him for weeks. It's like, well, at least there's a good bounty on him. Be able to maybe get a set of plate armor out of that. It's like, you and your plate armor. All you need to know is how to use your goddamn shield. But yeah, it seems like perhaps they're mercenaries, bounty hunters, witch hunters. You're not sure. They definitely seem to be looking for a necromancer.
But not necessarily height people.
Not necessarily Hythe people.
I'm just checking some options here. I don't know if we want to just up and attack these guys for no reason. I'll try something, Chris.
Okay.
With the hopefully they don't have a spellcaster with them, but if they're from height, they certainly wouldn't. Since magic is basically invisible, I'm gonna try stir the blood on one
All right.
and bring out a strong emotion, and that emotion's going to be pride. See if I can get somebody boasting.
Gotcha.
Aim for the most important one, kind of deal.
Short range is good. All right, give it a try.
We'll safe cast it. And I don't think power level matters really. So, but yeah, I will blow myself up.
So yeah, so you kind of like wiggle your fingers, and one of them's like, yeah. I mean, when I get that necromancer, I'm gonna do like I did to that other spellcaster that we brought in. It's like, you didn't do nothing. Like, yes, I did. Caught them all by myself. It's like, you weren't by yourself. It's like, was too. And they seem to be getting agitated, almost as this guy's claiming to have brought in some sort of magic user all by his lonesome. And everybody's like, no, you didn't. Fuck you. So at the very least, they have turned spellcasters in for the bounty.
So strong assumption there for mine,
Well,
or at least working for Height.
Height has a standing bounty, so
Yeah, yeah. So I'll head back to the group.
okay.
Mercenaries. They hunt sorcerers.
Careful, there's civilians that live there.
I assume attacked.
So either like push back the necromancer, or the necromancer did his thing and some other people sent people against him, or something like that.
Hard to know for sure.
We need to see the state of fight. You want to know that? Or we could just try to see if we can spot the wherever those dagger might be hidden.
I'm more concerned with this group of sorcerer hunters.
That's a little creepy.
Or should we just avoid them?
I mean, they're probably not hunting them for any good reasons, right?
They're hunting them for money and getting them stuck in cages where they rot.
That would be my guess, yes.
It's up to you, man. You're the one who uses magic.
They're no threat to us. We can avoid them.
I don't disagree. If we get a bigger mission, we can always come back and raise that city later.
Okay.
So that city might have been raised by the necromancer, and some people sent those guys to find whoever did that, or he failed.
Yeah, trustees, it sounds like height is still a concern because they're looking for the necromancer to bring them back for the bounty.
Yeah. The Height's still standing.
Okay.
And so is the necromancer, as far as I could tell.
Anyway, I can make an insight check based on that information. See if that's exactly what happened.
No, insight is more to determine if somebody is lying or something like that. You could go and talk to them and find out.
I think I'll pass on that. That's
Did we
just me,
have
though.
I'm not very good at insight. Not sure I would accomplish much by speaking with those guys. Could we have more details on where those daggers were hidden?
North of Heights is all we know, I think.
We're kind of north of Fight right now.
But there's a lot north of Heights, depending on how far north they make.
I mean, I assume if they use Ike as a point of reference, it shouldn't be that far from it.
Yeah. Just remember that every hex on this map is like 10 miles.
Yeah, you're not just gonna walk into the thing, dagger stuck in a stone or something, right?
I mean, could that mean that north of Height could be the same X as Height?
Could be.
I'm just trying to visualize what Tell Mines look like. Like the city wouldn't take the whole of the X. Is what I'm trying
No.
to say.
No, Hythe is like 200 people.
Oh, okay.
No, Hythe isn't even 200 people.
See, we can reset easy later.
So do we want to go snoop and run, or just avoid the whole thing?
Unless anybody's particularly bloodthirsty right now, I say let's avoid it if we can. They do slightly outnumber us.
I'm fine with avoiding them.
If we were still getting eaten alive by bugs, I'd say, sure, let me take out some of my frustration on them. But I really want to kind of see this town that we haven't managed to find.
I would have liked to find the necromancer that we met. See if we can get his help, and if he didn't succeed on with Height, maybe help him with the next plan. Those daggers sounds nice to have, but I have no idea how to look for them.
All right. So you guys are giving the campsite a fairly wide berth?
Yep,
I'd say so.
oddly enough.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you guys make your way carefully. I mean, kind of thankful that you didn't just like stumble randomly across these guys, and then who knows what would have happened. But as we get towards evening, the rain does let up, and you guys can decide what you would like to do for the evening.
I think it's time for me to rest just to get us back on schedule.
Do you want me to set up camp here?
Yeah, it's probably worthwhile to get us back on schedule.
Right. So Kuldi's going to try to get some sleep. Okatai is going to set up camp. What would the rest of you like to do?
I'm going to keep watch.
All right.
I'm going to practice my brawling so that I can buy Brawler 2.
All right.
Someone's getting headbutted in the junk.
Somehow I approve of this.
Hey, Okatai, look over there! Bam!
Don't approve anymore.
What is Trustius doing in the evening?
I'll put another quarter day into the sling.
Okay. Desi can give me a scouting roll. And Caldy can give me an endurance roll with +1 for your sleeping fur.
I actually succeeded.
Things you want to hear from your scout.
I broke myself.
Little celebration.
Well,
Oh no, Goldie. You're not strong to begin with. What the hell, man?
Aldy's a lot like me. Sometimes even when he sleeps, he hurts himself.
I mean, to be fair, Caldy is an old man.
Oh,
I mean,
so mean.
it could be worse. In our Sunday D&D game, Zach made a turtle who was much older than turtles normally live. So what they did is they basically he had a 1% chance, and then every level Don would roll percentile dice randomly and add another percentage onto the chart. And every time Bogma had a long rest, Zach would roll percentile dice, and if he rolled a number that Don had written down, Bogma passed away from a heart attack.
No.
He made it to level 4. And then
Nice.
And then he passed away peacefully. And we were all sad. But it was kind of neat because normally D&D characters don't have natural deaths. But speaking of... No, kidding.
Is there another blue flame?
When you guys go to wake Caldy up in the at the night, he is so sore he can't get out of bed.
What? I told you to stop sniffing shit. So today I'm
Tell me that
carrying.
not to sleep on rocks.
You've got to sleep in
fine.
fur. I didn't think I had to tell you. I'll carry you today.
I'll keep watch tonight.
Okay.
And I will try to sleep again.
Well, the good news is now
But there's a camp now.
There's a camp now. So Okatai is staying up to keep watch.
I'm apparently helping Caldy get comfortable. And then,
Knock me in, Mama.
oh, that's creepy. Don't ever do that again.
That's
Never,
a tiny
ever,
burrito.
ever.
Well, he is a dirty old man.
He prefers goblins. Thank you very much.
That's a relief. Yeah. No one wants me around children. Nobody at all. Yeah. So, yeah, she'll try to like clear out whatever rock he had under his neck and get him a little more comfortable tonight so he can move tomorrow.
Okay. Partway through the night, Okatai can give me a scouting roll. So yeah, as you're kind of like tending to the fire and looking over everybody sleeping, you hear voices in the woods. You hear a lot of cursing, a lot of like, "God damn! I walked into another tree." Told you to watch where you're going. Everybody, keep your hands on your partner. Like, let's not get lost in the darkness. I see a fire. Let's head that way.
That sounded like a couple of voices.
Sounds like maybe like 8 or 9, maybe 10.
Is this what Okatai is hearing overnight?
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, as you're kind of like, judging the voices, you can hear they are getting closer. There's something like, okay, maybe the fire, maybe they can tell us where we are, maybe we can orient ourselves, figure out where. It's like, I told you not to run from that stupid thing. It's like, it was a giant. I'm gonna run from a giant? It's like, yeah, but we could have stopped like hours ago. It wasn't chasing us. It's like, you don't know that. It's like, I do know it's a giant. It's not subtle. And this group of somewhat bedraggled looking people are basically kind of like at the edge of your campfire. And they do kind of shout out, they're like, we're going to step into the light. We're just looking for directions. Maybe we can camp near your fire.
Because I have this spear in hand. Come closer.
And there's a group of 8 very bedraggled looking individuals. A mixture of like humans and orcs. There's like a dwarf, a halfling, like just kind of a mixture of people. They look like they've been like walking through the woods without any sense of direction. Like their clothes are tattered and scraped. There's like dirt on them. They look like they've been dragged through the muck.
Rough night traveler.
Well, we were getting ready to look for a place to set up camp, and then Dimwit over here thought he saw a giant, and we all ignored him because he sees things, but it turns out that there was a giant, and then...
Was he playing flute?
No. It was throwing rocks at us.
Oh, that's the other kind, yeah.
So we ran. We probably should have stopped a couple of hours ago, but... and now, honestly, got no idea where we are. But we need directions, and if you don't mind your sharing your fire, that would be great. But we understand if
As long as you stay honest, I don't mind sharing the fire. As for direction, it depends on where you're from or where you're going. Because I can tell you for sure that we're in the middle of the wood right now.
we are in the middle of the woods. Honestly, we're just heading for like anything resembling civilization. We need to pick up some supplies, and then we need to kind of figure out where we are so we can get back to the river. We've only got about another day or two until we can't harvest the water anymore. It's a thing.
The river?
Yeah.
No, close by.
Oh, it's just on the other side. There's like this really calm feeling place, and then the river's just on the other side of it.
And you need to harvest the water from the river?
Oh yeah. We're we make potions and other alchemical stuff, and during this time of year when the stars are properly aligned, you can harvest water, go through the process, and you can make water that's a little bit hardier, doesn't evaporate quite as quickly. Excellent for washing with. Like it'll take the stains off of whatever, skin, armor, leather. Clean that right up. It's a pretty decent market for it, but
That's nice.
can only get the components like once a year. So
Yeah. Oh, if he hadn't slept so badly this morning, he would have met my merchant friend. Would probably be a lot interested about your products, but you just get me tonight.
okay, gotcha.
I can maybe help you find your direction, but I'm not sure exactly where the river is from here.
Oh, it's okay. I'm sure once we get back to like some sort of settlement, we can figure things out from there.
I know there's a city to the east. I'm not sure exactly where it is. I think it's a bit east and a bit north, if I remember well.
Well, it kind of depends on your version of a bit.
What do you mean?
There's from here probably maybe 4 or 5 days. I think it's like 4 or 5 days north from the river. There's a village up that way.
4 or 5 days north of the river. Huh?
4 or 5 days north of the river, but I'm
That
not
would
entirely
bring you.
sure where the river is in relation to here.
That would bring you close to the mountains, wouldn't it?
No, no, no. The mountains are like
Okay.
way far away. Yeah, there's a village. There's this little halfling guy. Makes excellent cookies. He's got a little hut.
Oh yeah.
And then there's the village is just about a day or so away from him.
Okay. Well, I know he's a few days north from here, a bit northeast.
All right. So there's a village, like probably 20 miles from his hut.
Okay. If you go east and a bit south, you might find a village where you can be where you can trade. It's
Oh,
next to a river, though.
oh, that'd be great.
I got some friend over there. Just make sure you keep it to no funny business.
Oh yeah, no, no. We just need to
But if
resupply
you're
and get
just
back
looking,
out.
oh yeah, there's a market over there. You'll be able to find stuff. I wouldn't suggest going north since you practice alchemy. They're a bit superstitious and they might mix you with sorcerers and try to put you in a cage.
Oh yeah, no, no. We've been there. It's fine as long as you don't deal with any dark magics.
I don't know how discerning they might be.
Well, none of us truck with demons, so we've been fine there.
Good choice. You been there recently?
No, not recently. We've been busy.
At the river.
So, oh, where's my manners? My name's Menase.
Oh, glad to meet you. Shake his hand. I'm Okutai. Just make sure not to wake up my friends. They need the rest.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, we could probably use some rest too, if you don't mind, of course.
Well, wouldn't be the first time that they wake up and we have a bit more people around the fire. But yeah, you can rest for the night. No
Perfect.
problem.
I mean, if you've got, I don't know if you've done any hunting, but if you've got a relatively fresh kidney to spare, I could provide you with some of the alchemical water.
Uh, I still have a bit of meat that I need to cook.
Uh,
I do not know if I have a kidney in it.
no, it's gotta be fresh.
Yeah. Well, might have to hunt in the morning.
Oh, if you do, oh well, we'll be gone. We can't stay around, unfortunately.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I don't carry fresh kidney.
Mm. Well, we're hoping maybe if you'd gone hunting before you set up camp or something, you might have something fresh
Yeah.
enough. But No, but we appreciate the hospitality.
I dabble into alchemy myself, so if you're willing to trade some recipe, could be interesting.
Well, we'll see what we can do. But right now we're going to get some sleep if you don't mind.
Oh yeah, go to bed.
All right.
I don't know out of game if anybody has been hunting recently because it was a bit hard to hear y'all uh, in the
Uh,
beginning of the game.
no, nobody has gone hunting.
Okay. I'll keep an eye on them too.
And yeah, the night passes. These guys uneventfully. They do bed down. Um, they do post their own watch. And then, in the morning, as everybody's getting up, you guys see this motley crew of people basically breaking down their sleeping gear and getting ready to head out in the morning. Everybody's kind of like waving to Okatai, saying like, "Thank you very much for sharing your fire. We appreciate the information. Good luck with your travels." And there's like this
Good luck with you.
this motley group just getting ready to leave as everybody wakes up.
We got guests for the night, looking for a river to make alchemical water to wash things. They were a bit lost. Try to give them direction and place to bed down. They'll be leaving soon, so if you have any question, do that before they're gone. I'm gonna start working on the breakfast.
I'm just happy to be able to move around again.
Yeah, one of the the dwarves with the group, so like, "Oh, slept on a rock, eh?" He kind of reaches in, he pulls out like this, kind of like vaguely medicinal smelling ointment. So like, rub this on your on your joints when you get up in the morning. It'll help.
Thank you. That's very generous.
I misheard that one for a second.
It's like,
Sorry, rub it on what? Oh, your joints.
yeah, there's some berries and some pine needles and stuff. Mix it with some duck fat. It's good for what ails you.
I appreciate it.
From what I know of alchemy, does it make any sense what they're saying?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, good.
It's basic like medicinal stuff.
Mhm.
All right. Well, we got to be on our way. We got a bit of a schedule to keep.
Do you know the direction you need to go now?
Well, you said there was a settlement this way, right?
Yep. You go this way, east and a bit north. Well, go east till you find the river and follow the river down, and you'll get there.
All right. They kind of like orient themselves now that they can see. Like, okay, all right. Well, good luck with everything, and thank you.
Trustees, of course, will hide in the
Oh,
tent until they leave
Okay.
because his reputation
Um,
is no good.
well, at least they could tell me that there's a village 20 miles not north of the baker's hut. So, like here probably, or here.
It's a long way away.
Where did we think there was one? I thought there was one like here.
Somewhere in the unexplored area.
You just know the witches basically said that there's a village to the east that they traded with.
Yeah, east could be just above the baker's hut.
The witches were right here.
Yep.
But in the morning, Okatai is tired, but everybody else can roll food and water. Well, everybody can roll food and water, and you can decide what you would like to do in the morning. Everybody but Okatai can hit the rest button.
So we heading northeast now?
Are
Yeah,
we
right.
going home?
Mm.
Yeah, we're kind of going home and hoping to find this town that we thought was
And we,
here-ish.
Yeah.
Well, if we head west, then we're still getting closer to home and we're still checking places we haven't checked for towns. No,
so
we
we
head
either go
further
due
east.
east, we either go due east or a bit southeast.
Northeast.
Let's go due east.
Yeah, due
Why?
east sounds good. I mean, the only advantage to going northeast is that then we go southeast.
Well, I gave
Just
indication to
east.
that local group that we'll get them to the village and the market, the village. So we might see them again. So if
Oh,
you have
our
a question
village.
about,
Yeah, what was up with that? I woke
they
up
were
and there were
looking to
voices I didn't know.
they were looking to resupply at some village. They got lost yesterday because a giant chucked some rock at them, and they keep running it far too long. So they were lost in the wood at night, and they saw the fire. So I gave them a little break. Groups of alchemists looking for a river to collect some water to make alchemical solution that cleans stuff. I think they said that sell very well, but they can only harvest the water once a year.
Okay.
And I mean, their knowledge of alchemy seems to check out. They gave called the an ointment that seems to work. So
Yeah, but where were
I
they
wouldn't.
from?
Well, they stopped at Ike once, but they're not from there from what I got. But not sure from where they are. But they're going in the way we're going. So if you want to ask, we're probably can make way and join them at some point. Especially if they get lost again.
Hmm.
So unless we have anything in mind, I'd pack up and go. We can ask them as soon as we catch up to them.
Alrighty.
Okay.
So you guys are heading due east?
Yep.
Alright, somebody can give me a lead the way, and whoever is scouting can give me a scouting.
What is the side effect of being sleepy?
Sleepy is you can't heal, and you'll basically take wits damage every quarter day until you pass out.
That's terrible and fair. I'll lead the way for now, and I'll probably ask somebody else to make camp, and I'll try to sleep and then sleep when we make camp.
And whoever is scouting can give me a scouting roll.
I take it that's me.
You're feeling better, yeah?
We'll see. Still feeling fine. That just means I'm average intelligence now.
So yeah, as you guys make your way due east after a hearty breakfast, Kali, as you scout, as you're making your way through the trees, you notice that some of the trees seem to be a darker shade of green than the surrounding trees. And the temperature seems to have dropped, like precipitously. I mean, it's summer, and you can see your breath.
That ain't natural. Now I got all this magic. Can I make like an insight check to try to figure out what's going on? Oh, that's again. You said that was for talking to people, right?
Yeah.
Maybe lore.
Yeah, you can make a lore roll. So these trees, you've heard of something similar. They're called dire glooms, or cold pines. They are said to hold the souls of creatures who died unhappy.
Called what pines?
Cold pines, or dire glooms.
Yeah.
Well, is this something to worry about?
That's up to you, really.
Well, I'll mention it to Ogatai and Trustius to see if they've ever heard of this stuff before. Actually, I mentioned it to the whole group. Because
It holds the souls of what?
People who
unhappy
died
dead
unhappy.
people.
So there might be some restless dead around. I wonder.
Does he look at Trustius? What the fuck?
I wonder if
Yes,
such
you'd
a
think there'd
tree
be
would
more
have.
of them.
That's what I was thinking. I alone
wonder-
have created a forest.
I wonder
Where
if
are my trees?
those trees would have special properties.
You can make
You are looking for
a
special wood for a bow, so
you can make a survival roll.
I will.
Right. So cold pines. They are known to be, like, if you're in the woods, they are an excellent source of water because they basically condense the water from the air down into their roots. And you're fairly certain that the talk of dead souls is basically druid propaganda, so that people leave the trees alone.
Nice.
Fake news.
Fake news.
But no specific property if we craft something out of it.
I mean, they're capable of lowering the temperature around them, so, I mean, making bow or staff or arrows, or you're not sure what effect it might have. But the coldness in the area is specifically something the trees do.
Okay. Um. Well, if you guys don't mind, I might take a bit of time, see if I can gather some material from it without hurting it too much, so it can keep growing. But it could be interesting to make tests with it. You had got a bow you wanted to make. We have a few things made of wood. Might have interesting property.
Yeah.
I don't want to kill the tree because. Oh, sorry.
I mean, it's worth a try.
Right. So you're gonna harvest.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to harvest some in a way that the tree can still keep growing.
Survival roll to harvest the trees, because you guys do have an axe. Is anybody keeping watch while you're harvesting?
I'll keep watch.
Okay. So that'll be a scouting roll from Ryzen.
Is that a quarter day thing or is it
It'll
smaller?
it'll take some time. Probably not a quarter day. There's not that many of these trees.
Okay. Is the amount I harvest depending on the success I got?
No.
Okay, can I push it?
No.
Okay, so I can.
You can grab some, like enough to make a thing.
Okay.
But Ryzen, as there's like the thwack, thwack, thwack of the axe. And then as it kind of echoes through the cold air, your hearing picks up what sounds like the rattle of bones coming from above.
I instinctively look up.
You see, there is something large moving through the trees, coming towards you. It seems to be some sort of fur-covered blob with multiple. You're going to call them arms because it sounds better than tentacles. But each of the appendages seems to end in a head with grasping jaws.
Good lord. That's horrifying.
Sorry, ends in a what?
A head with grasping jaws. Let's see, I probably have a picture.
As they do.
There we go. I'll post it into the Foundry.
Oh, no.
Oh, that looks pleasant.
What the heck is that? I don't like the scale very much. That's a person.
And it's
I
Burn
just
with
yell-
fire. Let's see if I can learn how to burn with fire.
That's a Desi-sized person. That's not good.
I just yell incoming and I get the Dragon Slayer hammer out. And I point to where I'm hearing this and seeing this from.
Desi kind of raises an eyebrow when the hammer comes out because Ryzen doesn't normally fight a lot. Okay, that's a hint.
All
I
my
fight
spells have
plenty.
no effect on monsters.
What are you talking about? I fight plenty.
Emulate does, Trev.
Okay, Dragon Killer.
I don't have emulate.
But you're a master of your magic.
Of my magic, not your magic.
All right.
Hence, I've never been on fire.
So I've got there's a new thing for the combat tracker that I found when I was running Dragonbane, and it will automatically draw initiative for you, so you don't have to worry about like clicking anything. Okatai, would you like to go on 2 or 7?
Oh. Because of the card thing?
Yep, because of your not fast footwork.
Yeah,
Like,
the
reflexes.
thing that makes me go 2 initiative.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going 2. Just that you roll mine first. Is that?
Yep.
I will go in the opposite direction of this thing.
There's not just one of those things.
Probably a good choice.
Right. Desi, you are up first.
Oh. Okay. When Ryzen was drawing his Warhammer, and Desi was kind of being a smartass, she would have been drawing Wreath at the time.
Yep. And as Ryzen like draws his Warhammer and everything, this thing kind of like basically drops down from the trees with this sickening squelching sound, and then kind of pulls itself up, and it looks like it's, I don't know, maybe like a fur-covered, multi-limbed slug type thing.
Is that a dude in the picture?
Uh-huh.
Sexy.
Oh, those things are big.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I don't like the size of that. That's a Desi-sized person.
Disney for scale.
Yeah, that's not good. My spear is short range. That sucks. Cause short range is.
Next hex over.
Oh, okay then. She will chuck her spear at it. Cause I never remember she has it. So, since I remember, I will use it and let it get closer so I can melee charge it later. So yeah, she'll kind of sheath breathe for a sec, or kind of
Oh.
brace it against her leg.
It's the multiple head that have multiple action. It's not 5 of those things.
Correct. It has one action for each head it has.
I thought it was 5 of those things. I was a bit terrified.
Oh, this is why I don't normally throw things. Okay, well that was me.
You could push it if you like.
No. I will save my pushing for something I'm actually good at.
That will take us to Okatai.
I'm gonna if I have a long range, with my throwing weapon, how many square can I be?
Long range would be. I think long range is 2 to 4 zones away.
Okay, so if I go down here,
Yep.
and chuck a harpoon, it works.
Yep.
I'm gonna do that. I assume it's a monster.
It is a monster. It is very much a monster.
I mean, sometimes I can be surprised.
Ooh, that is a solid hit. Severs one of the heads completely.
And it's gonna be bleeding and possibly poison.
It is neither.
Oh,
And does 2 heads grow back?
Not yet.
not yet. I hate it.
That will take us to
Yep.
Coldy.
Goldie is going to move into the same section as Okatai, because Trestius is going to explode. From there.
It's just about to run around.
And I don't. Can I hit?
Chances are good.
Is that too far away to hit with a sling?
What's the range on your sling?
Good question.
And how much throwing horn do you have?
The sling is range is.
Do you have at least
Throw and
2
arm
range?
is 3.
So your sling is now long range.
Yep, so
Yep.
it is within long range.
And I can add a D8 artifact damage.
Yeah. Oh, that is a
I think
hit.
I'll just leave it like that. It's my ear. I have a pierced ear. I guess that's permanent. I guess.
Yep. All right. That will take it to its turn. It will move. And then it will let out a terrifying scream.
That was redundant.
I was gonna say.
Oh, what a shitty roll. Well, since that didn't work, then with one of its other heads, it'll... Oof. Wraps itself around an adventure within near range.
I must say that I am also immune to fear.
So it is going to wrap one of its arms around Okatai. You can dodge it if you like.
I would like to try. The first dodge is free.
Okay.
Is it a slash? I don't think so.
No, it is not. Okay. You do manage to dodge out of the way.
But I am now prone.
And then, oh, it is going to try to rip you apart.
Charming.
So that is going to bite you for 2 damage. If you have any dodge, you could try to dodge.
First is free, but the second one, it is going to take my next action, or
No, if you have no actions left, then you can't.
no, I have no action left because I moved and then I.
All right. So just so you guys are aware, the way the Rip the Head works is on its next action, it will make a strength roll, and Okatai will make a strength roll. If it wins, it will rip him in half and kill him instantly.
Oh Lord.
Oh, well, that's bad.
I'm sorry, can you
Do I
repeat
get to
that?
roll-
That's not something you want to hear twice.
So 2 of its heads basically have bitten and gotten a hold of Okatai. On the next head's initiative, it tries to rip him in half. Basically, it's an opposed strength roll. If Okatai wins, he's fine. If the Forest Star wins, he gets ripped in half and killed.
So it's like the two heads are playing a tug of war?
Uh-huh.
Do I get my armor on the rip apart?
No, it is not damage. It's instant death.
No, I mean there's damage now. Like rip apart is showing 2 damage
Oh, yes, you can roll your armor for that.
because it's going to affect my strength afterward.
Oh, it fucks your armor.
Oh yeah.
So 1 point of damage, and then your armor is like torn into pieces.
Yep.
Ryzen, you're up.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I'm going to charge forward because I'm not really a range guy. So, yep, I'm going to charge forward. Actually, question. If I were to use the earthquake power in the scepter, would that potentially fuck Okatai up too?
No, because it's actually single target.
All right, then I'm going to use the earthquake effect and I'm going to center it on the monster.
All right. Right. So I believe that's... Does it say what the power level is for the earthquake?
It's a D. Let me check.
I think it's D6 power level.
D6 plus 2, it says.
Perfect. So roll a D6 plus 2.
When I severed one of the head, did it lose an action?
It does, yeah. Oh, power level
Okay.
4. Damage is equal to power level. Right. It has 4 heads. That does destroy one of the heads. Not one of the ones that had Okatai, unfortunately. So there's like Resin basically pulls out the staff, shoves it into the ground. There's like this crack as the ground splits open. Kind of slams forth on one of these heads, crushing the skull, removing one of its actions. However, now it is the Forestar's next go. So I'm going to need Okatai to make a strength roll.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna put that.
Okay.
I mean, we could bring it back to life.
Can I use my pride on this?
You can actually.
Think it's fit.
Yes.
Think it's fit.
Your pride is very fitting. Oh, there you go.
And I'm going through this all on pride. Damn.
So this thing, it like tears at Okatai, and there's blood and fur going everywhere. But he does not get torn asunder. That will take us to Trustius.
Okay. This thing's gonna go.
It does only have 3 heads left.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot all 3 of them.
All
I'm gonna
right.
try. Time to spend some willpower. So I can move and shoot.
Yep.
So attack number 1.
One damage.
Wow, that is shit damage. I can't push it. I can't risk the longbow being hurt. So
I will note, for those of you that have such skills, it does not seem to be armored.
I noticed you weren't rolling.
Yeah. It's a big goopy mess of tentacles. I do appreciate the fact that it specifies in the write-up that they sometimes hunt in packs.
Oh no.
Okay. So before you roll for armor, I will.
I don't have any.
For rank 3 Path of the Arrow, I have to say before you roll for armor.
Okay.
I will spend 6 willpower to do 6 extra damage.
All right. That will destroy a head.
Shoot him again.
Okay. Ooh, 3 damage.
I will spend a willpower to do 4 damage.
Okay. That is not enough to sever a head.
Spend a willpower to shoot him again.
Okay. That will destroy a head. And it does not seem to be regenerating.
That is a lot of willpower and only 1 badge of arrows.
There you go. That will take us around to Desi again.
And is it a full action to get to the next?
It's your fast action to get into the zone.
Oh, okay then. I will get into the zone and then I will melee charge.
Okay. But yes, this thing started off with 5 heads, but between Okatai and Ryzen's Earthquake and Trustius, it is down to only 1.
Oh, I thought it still had 2.
Nope. Wait.
Oh.
Uh,
Because it had, I thought it had 3, and then Trustius took one of them out.
Seems to still have 2.
yeah. No, I
That's what I
forgot.
thought too.
No, because Trustius took out 2. One with the huge willpower spend, and then one with 2 arrows.
Oh, okay then. I'm gonna try to hack the last one apart. Me and Breath.
Okay.
And I'm using melee charge. And let me just double check sword fighter.
Oof. That is enough to sever the final head. So yes, touch and go for a minute there, but it seems like this thing. I mean, this thing was definitely dangerous with all of those heads and limbs, but between you guys, you managed to turn this thing back into a pile of protoplasmic goop. It does not. It doesn't dissolve or anything. It's not. It doesn't seem like it's demonic. It's some sort of weird natural creature.
Sorry that took so long. What the fuck was that?
Ouch! Stupid thing. Okay.
Tessiel
Okay.
reached down to give him a hand up.
That was very large
You
and
alright?
very scary.
Okay, he's gonna grab his ring. Yeah, I think. Well, this is. I did a Desi on that one. This is not good for anything anymore. Drop the remains of the chainmail on the ground.
There's like one
Wow.
one piece of chain left.
How are those 2 sections even still attached? Oh, they're not.
Yeah,
quite.
they're stuck in my fur.
Ow.
Yeah. Oh God, that hurt.
That doesn't look comfortable.
Oh,
Yeah, I think you've got like Desi will try to help him get out of the chain. She's been there, done that enough times. Look,
yeah.
if
Now
I
I
just
know.
spin these 3 links, it just falls. That whole little
No.
section. They weren't. Yeah, the links
Now
split.
I'm.
They weren't actually held together by anything but
Yeah, now I know how the
happenstance.
wishbone and the chicken feels.
No, what feels?
The chicken wishbone.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
So what was that? Because I don't remember us seeing one of those things before.
first time I see one in the flesh. I hope it's the last. Could I
That'd be
do
good.
a lore roll on that thing?
You sure can.
Like is
Yeah, I want to hear
evil
low.
fuckface throwing new things at us? Because he's afraid of
It
us,
doesn't.
or what?
I don't think it's demonic. I just think it's a forest predator.
Disgusting instead of demonic? Okay.
So yeah, it's a creature called a forest star. So basically, kind of like almost like some sort of weird ass starfish sort of thing. They are predators. Smaller ones hunt in packs, and as they get larger and larger, they either hunt alone or in mated pairs.
I'm gonna explain that and start looking around for the other one.
Maybe this is a small one.
Oh,
If it's a small one, there's a bunch of them, and if it's a mated pair, there's another one. But usually there it should be alone. But there's a risk there's another one. So thanks, Risen. you. I didn't call it coming. That would have been worse.
No problem. We're a team.
Oh yeah. Oh, I feel sore. And thanks for the earthquake. Think it came from your staff? I was kind of busy getting
Oh
red
yeah,
spark.
I can't do that myself. That's deceptive.
Oh yeah. Good time, man. Oh,
I mean, we're family. We're family. Remember, family.
He's been weird since yesterday morning. We were having a conversation. Trusty has kind of piped up out of nowhere because we forgot he was there.
Yeah,
Horizon's been
ruined the
kind
tender moment.
of tender like the jerky.
oh.
Hey, it could have been more tender. Okay, it's becoming tender.
You mean if creepy death boy hadn't spoken up and scared the shit out of me?
Yeah, exactly. Who knows?
Spin another link out of his chainmail. Oh, look, another broken link. Oh, what a surprise.
All right. So yeah.
What do you
So
think about grabbing my wood and leaving that place?
We don't need to know about you scrubbing your wood, Okatai. It's all good.
No, but I need my cold wood.
Yep, I'm just gonna leave you to your chainmail. I'm gonna go get my spear.
Oh, I'm just gonna put my chainmail in a bucket, and we can bring that to the ship to see if he's do anything with that.
He's just gonna melt it down, man. There's no way to
Oh,
fix
yeah.
that. There aren't enough. I mean, he might be able to make you a belt with it.
I mean, if
There
we
might
take
be
all of the
enough.
broken down chainmail, maybe we can patchwork them together.
Perhaps an
Just-
earring.
But I do have another one on the horse, so I'm gonna switch with the functional one.
all right. So yeah. So as Oktai is swapping out his chain for actual chainmail, we'll kind of bring things to a close there. And we'll do XP. Participate in the game session? Yes. Travel through at least one hex? Yes. Several hexes. New adventure site? Nope. Defeat one or more monsters? Yes. Find treasure? Nope. Build a function? No. Activate your pride? Okatai did. And that was a lifesaver, literally.
Oh yeah, that probably saves me today.
Dark secret? Nope. Anybody risk their life for another PC? Not deliberately, I don't think.
No more than usual.
No more than usual.
Any extraordinary actions?
No,
I mean,
I don't
Trustius
think so.
took out 2 heads in 1 round.
I mean, he's an archer build. That's what it is.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
doesn't get to display his archer build very often. Not like that, at least. Usually it's like a beer bandit.
Yeah.
Fucking beer bandits.
Yeah, I would agree with that because I mean the thing it gets 1 attack for every head it has, so taking out 2 attacks from the creature is
That's
huge.
huge.
Yeah.
More damage than Desi did to it.
So that'll be 3 XP and then 4 for Okatai and 4 for Trestius.
The tree was called the Cold Pine.
Cold Pines or Dire Glooms. I like Dire Glooms
Cold
better.
Pine. Yeah.
That is a cool name.
But you can also everybody can fill their water up to a D12 if you don't already have water. But
I know that the wood we collected.
and it is like ice cold, crystal clear water.
So you said 2 experience?
3.
3.
Is there enough for me to just switch the whole of my water for it?
Yeah, there's enough.
Just for my water is full, but I'd rather have crisp cold water.
Yeah, out with the old, in with the new.
Yep.